What's up, my fellow nerds? Happy New Year. Welcome back. Boys are back in town. Unfortunately, we won't get a sleepy Super Bowl dance, but hey, you never know what can happen with the right amount of alcohol. Anyway, our first topic, we're going to get a little newsy here. The WWE sold their streaming rights to Netflix, which means they're leaving cable TV and their long-standing relationship with the USA Network. Sleepy, your thoughts?
My thoughts. I don't watch WWE and Netflix, the most boring streaming service that we have out here, most overpriced one, acquired the rights. That's all I know. Continue.
Gecko?
Well, okay. Well, obviously, I'm a huge fan of WWE, So to me, this is good in a way that I really only got cable because of WWE. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna be honest. That's the only reason I got cable. Okay. It's fair. Fuck you guys. No, I'm just saying. But the point is that I got Netflix too. So to be honest, if I could cut one bill and go towards the other, I'm happy. Even though I think I probably didn't think it was as huge as what Tony's about to reveal right now. So I want to get indulged on that before I really could make my mind. Because at the end of the day, to be honest, I'm just a WWE fan. I'm gonna go watch the product wherever they put it. They could put it on fucking Tubi, and I'll be there. I'll be there watching fucking WWE because I like WWE. I'm a huge fan ever since I could think of, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, all those people were part of my childhood, and I'm a follow wherever they go. Now, I think it's huge because, like, the cable television are gonna start probably having problem with certain things, and I seen things like this coming, especially with WWE is going streaming. Yeah, but there's other things that are trying to go streaming. Obviously, we had a football game a couple of weeks ago that was just streaming, So it's things that I think I don't see the huge scope of it, and that's why Tony's about to indulge us in this thing he thinks that is so huge. Because to be honest, is it so huge? Tell me, Tony.
I think this is the death of free TV as we know it. This is the first salvo. Wrestling went to streaming, not to cable, to streaming. Back in the day before the two of you were born, there used to be Friday night fights, boxing on network TV, ABC. It then went to cable. It then went to pay-per-view and literally killed the sport. No one cares about boxing when at the time it was arguably the number 2 or number 3 sport in this country to where it is now unless there's a big pay-per-view fight. No one really cares about boxing. Wrestling going to Netflix, not the most boring network in the world, that would be Disney Plus, is big because it sets the state for all sports to go streaming and going away from free TV. John Skipper said last year of Meadowlark Media, former president of ESPN, said he could see a day in the next 10 to 15 years where the Super Bowl was on pay TV. And that, I think, is the future. The NBA has a contract that is getting ready to come up for renegotiation in like 2 more seasons. Half of their games will be on a streaming service, be it at Netflix, be it Apple TV, or be it Amazon. I think once the sports start to go to streaming, free TV like the networks NBC, ABC, and cable TV are all going to die. I think in the next 20 years, everything will be streaming. I think all of the programming that you get for free, you won't get anymore now. You just talked about it 2 weeks ago, or last weekend, we had a playoff game on exclusively to Peacock. They purposely put the Kansas City Chiefs there so they could get all the Swifties there and they got all the free trials for that one day. I think the last numbers came out, they got 30 million to sign up for a Peacock for the free trial just to get that football game. That is the future. WWE, which, as Gecko can tell you, Sleepy, has been on USA Network our entire lives, going back to the 80s. It used to be WCW, NWA, and then WWE took it. That's where I've always watched it. That's where I've always known to watch it when I occasionally turn in. The fact that they're going to Netflix, a streaming service, this is the first strike of all sports around the world going to streaming. Remember 2 years ago when when they were trying to form a super league in soccer, and all the great soccer teams around the world were going to form this league, and various governments had to step in and say, no, we don't want this. This is similar to that, but it starts with wrestling. I know he's in a lot of controversy the last couple of days, but this is, to me, the biggest thing to hit TV. This is the first step in the destruction of free TV. It's going to start with sports, because once sports go away, there will be no more network TV. Remember, the Western Conference Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA rotate to cable TV and free TV. Only the finals in the NBA are on free TV. I can see that in the next 10 years, all sports will be streaming. You will have to buy sports. And all the fans like me and Gecko that say, no, we're not going to buy sports. We're going to buy sports. Go ahead, Gecko.
Yeah, I'm not muted, right? Okay. Yeah, I honestly think that that you're right, and I could see that. And now, look, we're not talking about no ridiculous amount at start. I see this like being like how Peacock, and they'll probably like renew contract, like let's say to the highest bidder the next year, the Super Bowl. So it'll be like Netflix get the Super Bowl this year, and whatever Netflix it costs that month, it'll go up. They probably won't offer no more free trials. And people will pay Netflix just to see the Super Bowl. People would pay any app just to see the World Series. People will pay to see the NBA Finals. As much as we think we will oppose, and like you said, Tony, we will pay for it. We will pay for it. We pay for pay-per-view fights. Well, I pay for them. I pay for my UFC, and some of them, it gets pissed off after a while. But I paid, and I watched it, and I enjoy it, and I think that's something that's gonna happen, and I do see it, and it sucks because at the end of the day, it was nice being able to turn to channel 6 or whatever channel the Super Bowl's in. Same with the World Series, same with the NBA Finals. It was nice to do that, but I don't see how they already planted the seeds. That first football game got a lot of people, and like Tony said, let's be honest, they had to do it with the Kansas City Chiefs and who was it they playing? The Buffalo Bills, right? Was it that one? Or was it the Dolphin ones?
It was the Dolphin one.
It was the Dolphin ones. So they had to put that one right there, and boom, I seen it. It was projected at 40 million when I seen it last time, 39 point.
Yeah.
So it is showing. I'm gonna be honest. I had older relatives, and they, some of them got Peacock to watch that game. My dad had Peacock, so he watched it. And, as much as we try to oppose this, it's being set in stone that that's where we're moving. And, these are the little things that companies like Netflix, Peacock, and Disney Plus and all that are going to start noticing on. They're going to be like, okay, so look, if they move into Raw, let's see what happens. Actually, a while back, I was reading that AEW was working to be on HBO Max, their pay-per-view or something. I was like, oh, that'll be nice, because obviously I got HBO Max and I wouldn't have to pay a pay-per-view for it. So I see where this is going, where it will help the streaming service and help this company have more money and make more money than what they probably could have made back in the day. Now, I want to say that the fans won't, will people follow? We're already getting glimpses that people will follow.
Think about it. Amazon had a Black Friday football game after the Thanksgiving Day games and put certain sales during that. I know it's not a show I watch. Dancing with the Stars went from ABC to Disney Plus, and they were live every single week. So we're seeing the small steps to that. Who has all the money? Apple, Amazon, and Netflix. If you're a league and you want to double your money that you bring in, you go right to them. They can go to the NBA and say, hey, we're not saying this contract, but the next contract, give us the NBA Finals. The NBA All-Star Game used to be on network TV. Now it's on cable. So half of the playoffs, the majority of the playoffs, are on cable TV. They're not on free TV. Yeah, we get the weekend games. We get an occasional primetime game, but 70% of NBA playoff games, 50% of baseball games are on cable TV. The college football playoffs are exclusively on cable TV. So this is what it is, Gecko.
I'm guilty of that. Like I said, I don't got a lot of channels on cable, but I have subscribed to streaming service to watch the NBA playoffs. Like
Right.
that, especially that when the Bucks won the championship, I had YouTube TV and Sling TV and ESPN because I wanted to watch every episode. It was, and as a fan, you're like, yeah, who would do that? Well, I was doing it, I was paying my money and I was watching it, like I said.
I know this can't happen. All right. I know this before I say it. But if you got Packers, Cowboys in a Super Bowl, you're telling me this country is not going to pay Netflix $15 for the Super Bowl. I'm not talking about part of the streaming package. I'm talking about $15, $20, $40 just for the Super Bowl exclusive. Sleepy?
I think I would buy that. Honestly, I think I would fall victim to that as well. And I don't even watch sports because it's the Packers versus the Cowboys. Like,
right.
And
I know before people in the comments are saying they play in a sub-conference, it could never happen. I know that. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Sleepy.
No, but like even people who don't watch sports would most likely come out of the woodwork and buy that pay-per-view anyway. So you're not far from the truth, honestly.
Yeah. And that is why I think people were just looking at it switched networks and went to streaming. No. We're watching the beginning of the end of free sports. Remember, we're not soccer fans in this country, but they always bring the World Cup here because they want to try to get in that American market. Now that we have enough immigrants and second and third generation people here that follow soccer, now that World Cup is going to be big. There's a bidding war for the championship game between the LA market and the Dallas market, with everybody kissing the FIFA president's ass. I guarantee you that will be a streaming service, not on free TV. Go ahead, Gecko.
Same with the World Baseball Classic. Everything's gonna end up, And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge baseball fan. I will pay any streaming service to watch every game of the Baseball Classic. Hey, I'm just a huge baseball fan. Tony. That's all I talk about. I love my baseball, and I'm a huge fan of that. So I will pay, like, let's say ESPN tells me that they're gonna run the Baseball Classic. I think if I'm correct, that's like 4 weeks. I'll pay a month on ESPN. I'll pay $20 to ESPN to watch every game because I love that. And I think if that's something that end up being like you said, the whole imagine Netflix streaming live every FIFA game and you just pick whichever ones you want to watch. Wouldn't you pay $20, $25 to watch that? Plus, it's not like you only get the FIFA, you get that other content from Netflix. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think it's something that I think is gonna end up happening, especially if these companies are willing to throw that money at this sports. If they're willing, they'll take it.
It's the only thing that people watch live you can't rewatch because you'll be spoiled on the results. Just think about the Olympics from Paris. That's going to be on Peacock, the majority of their content. It's not going to be on all these NBC networks that they own. They're going to shove a lot of stuff on Peacock and give you a discount. Most cell phone companies give you a discounted service for like a year, 6 months now. Right now, Spectrum is giving you a year of Disney Plus for free, which is crazy now. So this is the future. Remember, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremonies have always been on HBO. Now they're on Disney Plus because they paid all the money. And that's the future. So that's why when I told you guys earlier in the week, let's do this as a topic, that's why I say I thought it was a big enough topic because, like I said, it's the beginning of the end of free TV. So we all good here? Sleepy Gecko?
I'm actually surprised that's bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh no, it's huge. It's
Honestly,
huge.
because I don't understand the whole markets and all this stuff. I'm still learning all this crap that Tony and Gecko keep teaching me. And me not watching sports makes me not understand the gravity of this situation, but we've already seen it with 90% of our TV shows. 90% of this, you can go to cable, but who's going to pay for cable when you can go rewatch the shit 1,000 times on streaming if you wanted to and click on it whenever you want, rewind it, pause it, all that. So the seeds for cable's destruction has been since Netflix inception.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to be finally putting the nail in the coffin.
In this country, I don't know about around the world. Remember Blockbuster. For all of you young people.
Oh my gosh.
Remember Blockbuster. Blockbuster came in and shut down every mom and pop DVD/video cassette rental place, and now they got shut down by Netflix. Netflix is now coming for sports. And Apple and Amazon are also going to say, no, we're not going to go quietly. We got more money than the actual networks. And this is where the bidding war starts. So if you like the content you're here, like and subscribe. Yes, I did let Sleepy's joke go on purpose because it was just too sexual. That's the type of person he is. And we don't do those type of jokes here. This is a family show. Like and subscribe. PS5 giveaway 2,000 subscribers. Deuces Nerds.